Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Mad Tinkerer Gaming with me, your host, the Mad Tinkerer. Now, today we're going to do a little bit of orb opening. I know it's been a while since I've done an actual video for YouTube. I've been at work constantly, but I'm trying to make it a priority to get back on here and do some video footage. Now, first off, we're going to open up Swarm. Okay, I've got some Swarm Orbs. I went ahead and purchased them. I probably shouldn't have, but I went ahead and did it anyway. So for you guys, I'm going to open those up. I'm not really going to spend a lot on him just yet because I've got other things that I want to do tonight, like finish up my DD3 run. So if you all enjoy my videos, go ahead and click the thumbs up. You know, hit that subscription button. Click the bell icon so you do know when I post more videos. And then you can get in here and see what I put up. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up some Swarm. Now, I did manage earlier today, I only had a few red star orbs, and I opened up a couple of them just to see what happened, and I got a 5-star Swarm. After I thought about it, I should have saved it for now, but I do have a 5 red star Swarm. I doubt I will get 5 red stars on Swarm. But anyway, we're going to try to open those up real quick, and then I want to take you to my Dark Dimensions. And we are going to finish that out tonight. We should be able to finish it out tonight. I believe I only have 2 characters left. And then after that, I'll talk to you about the teams I used. Characters that I feel are worthwhile for you to definitely sink your T14s into. Ones that are good and worthwhile for you to upgrade. And we'll just go through some of that stuff. Let's see what we get out of these swarms. Well, we're getting some pretty good openings so far. That's nice. Not a lot of 6s. We're hitting a bunch of 8s and a 20 here and there. 2 20s. I've never seen 180. Oh, there's a 40. I very rarely. I've seen like 2 or 3 of those. So my luck's probably about to run out. But I don't mind. 2 20s and a 40 out of this. That's pretty good for me. There's a 6. Alright, we're going to see where we end up at with this one. Okay. So our grand total is 168, which that's a lot. That's pretty good for me. I mean, we got 126,000, 168 of him. So let's go open him up. We'll put him in here. We'll recruit him up. And then we're going to go and crack into Dark Dimensions 3. See how many stars we can rank him up. Probably not more than this. Yeah, I'm 6 away from getting to the 4-star. So, when we get to the next event or something, I'll worry about him currently. Alright. So, here we go. Dark Dimensions 3. This should be my final run on this for my first go-through. So, we're going to get in here. It's the final city node. I've got 2 characters left to kill. I've got a pretty full symbiote team, but I'm trying to figure out the best way to can we move these characters? I want my Carnage to go here, but I can't seem to move him. Oh well. We'll do it like this. Now, I'll go through my characters after we finish this out because I really just want to get this done and over with. It's been like 130 days of me going at this just to get it finished one time. And then I'll talk to you about characters that I feel were good and characters that I feel I should have had going into this. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to put bleed on everybody. I'll speed it up a little bit. See if we can take out Ghost Rider before we move on. He's the rough boy of this. I'm hoping we get all this done anyway. I mean, I would really love to just be finished with this, have it done and over. Let's see if we can stun him. That way he doesn't start beating our face. That's the one thing I don't like about Ghost Rider. He is really good at killing you very quickly before you even really notice you're dying. And his ability to heal himself back up is just, it's a painful process. The good thing is I can heal myself back up too, pretty much. So I'm hoping I can get him in here, get him worn down enough to where he does die, and we can move on and beat this and be like, yes, I have finished Dark Dimensions 3, at least one round. Let's go ahead and get more bleeds. He's going to put some bleeds up. Alright. Okay, come on. Let me, there. Okay, he's down. He's down. That makes this just so much easier. We'll just start putting some stuff on Vulture and heal up a little bit. I think he'll drop like a rock here soon. Let's get a little heal up action. There we go. Stun him. Alright, we are going to finish this out. This is the last time you'll have to pay any attention to me in Dark Dimensions 3. I'm not going to videotape any of this anymore. I mean, if somebody really wants me to, but I mean, let's face it, it's just a boring beatdown session for 130 days. We have finally finished it. So I have 250,000 gold. I have one 5-star box. I've got 600 credits. I'm loaded up on some gear. This will be good. This will help me finish out some characters that I really want to go ahead and finish out for my second run. And I'll explain to you these new teams here, and then we'll move on. Alright. Let me go over here, tell my alliance I did good. Yeah. I'm excited about this. Alright. So, when I went through and I was first picking teams to go into this, I didn't jump in right away. I knew that different characters were out there, different tunes were available for people to play. We're going to go into the Blitz section here so I can just put the teams up. We'll go over here and we'll make teams as we go. Okay. Now, when I first went in, you have an anything slot, right? The first 4 nodes are any character. But the only one that really stood out that everybody needed to have was Phoenix. Okay? So Phoenix is a must-have character. You need to T14 Phoenix. Beyond anything else, T14 Phoenix. Now, I was kind of slow when I went ahead and I T14 Ultron, because at the time I was like, well, we're just going to power through it. We're going to power right through this. And well, I've got to tell you this. Ultron dies just as fast as every other character in the initial runs. He's not fast enough. He doesn't do super well. Now, he is a solid character. He's a good character. And, you know, I was like, I don't have any regrets T14ing him because I can use him in other aspects of the game. But as far as Dark Dimensions 3 go, as an initial T14, you really don't need to T14 him for the first run. Now, a lot of people want to T14 him for the second run because, well, he's just useful in other things, plus he's a good throw-in character. Another character I used was Hela. for my initial run because she's really strong, and I happen to have her. And I used Mr. Sinister because I went ahead and did Mr. Sinister because I was like Mr. Sinister and Phoenix, good mutants, and I managed to upgrade Sabretooth. So my initial run really was Phoenix, Sabretooth, Sinister, uh, Ultron, and oh Lord, I just forgot who I said. But anyway, I'll show you what I had up here on the board. When I went in, where is he at? I had Ultron in my central slot because that's where I've always put Ultron. And I had my Phoenix back here in the back. But I've come to realize putting like Hela back there was a lot more important. And then I put my Phoenix right here, but people are telling me now this is not the best place to put Phoenix. You want her on the outside edges because she's going to take a lot of damage, and you don't want them necessarily hitting her and then hitting Ultron. Now, I ran with Mr. Sinister and Sabretooth, so I went ahead and put Mr. Sinister back here. I put Sabretooth over here now. So this was what my initial team looked like. Now, this team is not really what you're wanting. What I've been told now is you want some stuff like Shuri. Mr. Sinister's okay to do some cloning. Sabretooth was just a fast pull-in. You can use Hela, you can use Symbiote Spider-Man, but this right here is one of the ideal builds from what I'm gathering. Is you want to run Phoenix, you want to run Yo-Yo, you want to run Shuri, and you want to run Mr. Sinister. So if you can get these and get them done, then that's great. But one of the key things I also want to note is Colossus. Colossus is a mainline need, I feel, because this was so slow. I would have rather had Colossus in here than Ultron. But now people say, don't put Colossus in the first run you run, use him in the second attack, because you want to try to get 2 attacks out. You want to pay what people are referring to as the Phoenix tax, where you pay 50 cores and you get to run her a second time. So that at that point you want to run Colossus with her to get her to do her ultimate, to get her to do her special. So my suggestion is to go ahead and get your Ultron up here. And I do want to put Shuri in here because Shuri is really good. I want to use Yo-Yo, but my Yo-Yo is not super powerful, but I have heard she is really, really good. So this is something that I want to do for my second run that I haven't done for my first run. And then the final character I want to put in is Mr. Sinister. This is for global, okay? For the first run, use like Phoenix, Symbiote Spider-Man, Ebony Maw, but this right here is your global base, okay? So when you pull this all out right here, you want to go down through here, you're going to click your global characters, right? Because that's what you get to pick from. Okay? Every one of these is a global character. They will last you through your global runs. This is the second series of 4 nodes. Now, like I said, initially, you're probably going to just use a conglomeration of your first T14s. You're going to have Phoenix, you're going to have Symbiote Spider-Man. So I'll just put in a team that I feel like you all would probably really want to run for this to go forward. Let's see here. Let's go to just all, because the first nodes you can use all. Okay. Let's see here. Where's Hela? Hela. Symbiote Spider-Man. I would still like to get Ebony Maw in here. Where's my Ebony Maw? Wow, my Ebony Maw is not listed up here. I know he's in here somewhere. I must have just missed him. you might want to run something like this. Okay, just for a initial first 4 nodes. This is something that I feel people could put together. It would be good. I would not put Ultron in early. You might want to try something like this right here, just to get a good run. And all you're really doing is you're trying to make sure that Phoenix goes off. You're going to clone stuff. You're going to use Greg to have more survivability. You're going to do your offense ups, offense downs. This seems like this would be good. Now, for your global nodes, like I said, we'll go over here and we'll just slide down here and we'll go global. That's the second series of 4 that you're going to go into. Now, the team I have that I can use, see here, where was it? I really want to get Shuri in. And where's my other big gun? I do believe Emma Frost is a good possibility here, but who was the other one that I had up here just a minute ago? There. So this is what I've been watching, been paying attention to. This is the group of people right here that I feel would be really good. Now, initially, I don't know if you really want to run Ultron, but this is like a good first starter team. I don't have a high enough yo-yo, in my opinion, to really sink a lot into her, but I'm going to because I just earned a lot of gear. So I'm going to top off Shuri, I'm going to top off yo-yo, and then I'll keep this build. Because I already have him T14, I think he makes a good addition in here, and it's going to get her to go through. The other character I would have suggested when I first ran it was to put Colossus in, because Colossus is really good, and you'll want him for your second run. You're going to want him to be in there doing just some crazy stuff, right? You're going to want your second run to look something like this. Just Phoenix and him. So go ahead and T14 Colossus. T14 Colossus, T14 Shuri, T14 Yo-Yo. You're going to have Black Bolt later on anyway, and Yo-Yo with Black Bolt is always amazing. You won't regret T14ing any of these characters, I don't believe. Now, after Global, you're going to have Cosmic. And now Cosmic is where it's going to get you. Cosmic's got a lot of powerhouse characters. You're going to want to have Black Bolt in. You're definitely going to want to have Hela in. You're going to want to have, I guess Ebony Maw is up here at the top, Ebony Maw in. You're going to want Minerva. Now this is what most people would probably try to build up for their first run, if you can. If you can. If you can't, because say you don't have Ebony Maw, you don't have a high Black Bolt, you can use stuff like Loki, you can use stuff like Captain Marvel. They are useful tunes, but this is a team that I would recommend. Now, after watching other people, listening to other videos, I will give some credit because I picked up this lineup when I watched Wolverthor's. So please watch Wolverthor. He does a very good in-depth listing of who to build and who to put in key places. This was the build he had used, or he prefers, because he says you just need to funnel energy to Ebony Maw, where my basic runs when I'm going into Ultimus look like this, where I'm using him to funnel it to Ebony Maw and Black Bolt in my U7s. He's saying don't do that. Just funnel it straight to Ebony Maw. So I will be testing that on my second run through, and we'll see how it goes. But this is the basic build. You're going to have Thanos, being a solid tank. He has his own self heals. When stuff dies, it's going to funnel energy right to Ebony Maw. And he says Ebony Maw is defense downs, offense ups, which everybody who's playing with him already knows are amazing. Black Bolt's going to be your main damage. Greg's going to give you some life sustain. You're going to be able to spread those. She does a 15% steal from your opponent's life, which fills everybody back up. She has a revive as well. So this is a good cosmic team. If you can get this cosmic team built up, this is the one that I feel you will probably have the best bet with. I will probably still try my version where I'm feeding it to both Ebony Maw and Black Bolt, but I'm not seeing where I'm going to get as many kills, like general just mass kills. So it'll probably be something like this, where when I do get a kill, I want that energy to go right to Ebony Maw, so that he can steal and drain life, so that he can put the offense up and defense downs. That's something very important. That's something very crucial. And then for the city nodes, alright, this is what you need to know about the city nodes. It's all basically going to be your symbiotes. If you can build your symbiotes, you should be absolutely amazing in this. So you're going to want Symbiote Spider-Man first and foremost. I'm going to fill in my background guys here. Then you're going to want, when you can get him, let me find him. I might have him up here at the top. Okay. So now I already had Punisher built up pretty high, and he wasn't doing any gears that I needed. It wasn't like I needed any of his gear that coincided with the symbiote, so I could level him up quickly. But this is your main build. This is what you really need. Okay, Symbiote Spider-Man and Carnage. If you don't have Venom right off the bat because he's kind of taking on too many symbiote characters at one time, you can always throw Ghost Rider in. Okay, Ghost Rider in place of Venom until you can get him built up. But the second run through, you really want to have all three symbiotes. Now, Ghost Rider is a super good character, and I did have Punisher, but characters that I feel I didn't level up because I was building as I ran through were Merc Lieutenant. Merc Lieutenant is amazing because of his offense ups, his speed ups, a little bit of life gains. He's good. He works with the team. He keeps them alive, keeps them hitting a little bit harder. But Vulture is one of the few that I feel is on par with him. I think Vulture does speed up where Merc Lieutenant did offense up. I think Vulture can put other various things into effect for this team, but I still feel like Merc Lieutenant, with his little bit of, I can heal just a little bit, may add a little bit more to the team. But I did not do either of those. So right now, this is what most people are going for. They want the Merc Lieutenant or Vulture, and you want Ghost Rider because you have already T14 Ghost Rider, hopefully, with Symbiote Spider-Man and Carnage. Symbiote Spider-Man first, Carnage second, because that takes up a whole lot of symbiote stuff. You might not get Venom, but you can get Ghost Rider in. Then do Merc Lieutenant or Vulture, and finally, when you get through the first run, you're going to want to do Venom. So this right here is what you want for your second run team. And this should be really solid. It should help you get through it with relative ease. Those are the teams that I think you should build if you're going to go into Dark Dimensions 3. So I may have rambled a little bit. I may have talked too much. But in essence, this is what you're going to want. These guys will get you through it. Don't despair. Just start putting your T14s where you really need them. And then once you get through the first time, go back and focus on the tunes that you didn't have in that lineup. And it'll boost you really well. So with that in mind, I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. Once again, if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Click the bell icon so you know when I do put up other content. There is a Patreon link in the description if you do want to become a patron of the channel. Any little bit would help. But I know times are tight. Like I'm saying, everybody's still being affected with this pandemic. So the best way you can help me, really the best way, is to just share this video with other people. Let them watch it, let them share it, and just pass it around that I'm putting out some quality videos for you guys. But thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all have a good night. Bye.